What's up? This is Adam Joad.
This is Sean Shepperd.
And this is Scattered Hamlets.
Jabroni Slayers. All right, hey, welcome to episode 3. Holy shit, Joad, we've done 3 episodes.
That's
not yet.
Impressive. Well, we're on the 3rd, so we're like...
That's incredible.
Did we pass up Rogan yet?
Oh, it's close. I got to check our stats, but we're getting there. We're definitely close.
I know literally hundreds of people have listened to this podcast. So.
I know scores of people. Scores. I don't know how much a score is, but scores of people have definitely checked it out.
Sorry, Joe.
Some recent band updates. Joad, I know that you're recovering from scurvy after your recent pirate ship expedition.
Yeah, they gave it to me at so I caught the plague when I was at Rage Against the Machine, and I came back 101. Then I tested negative. Then I went to the fair, but I was too sick to ride the mechanical bull. and then I went home and I had like 101 fever, and then like I test positive the next day. So.
I don't know, man. John Travolta, even if he was sick, he still would have rode the bull. I'm just saying.
I just knew what was going to happen because like you can just tell that guy knows how to operate. He's going to dump like the guy that's the most confident. And I knew I was going to go out there and do the whole urban cowboy thing with one hand.
Yeah, he's going to jackhammer you.
Do the whole thing. But yeah, I had it all, my whole like entrance planned. I was like, yeah, this dude's dumping me like ass over tin cups on this. And
it was David Carradine in disguise, man. He's still out for the urban cowboy.
He's out, yeah. That was, he was awesome.
So, Rich, we always have news of Rich. Ever since Rich moved to Louisville.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's killing it.
Apparently, he's taken over the entire town. It's going to be called Filthy Rich Town instead of Louisville now.
Yeah.
But he went out to the Oldham County Fair, and, to his credit and luck, they had a mullet contest. And I don't think anyone else in the world is more prepared to win a mullet contest than Filthy Rich Irwin.
Yeah, and he became the champion. And it was,
he did indeed.
I saw he had some stiff competition, but I know how he rose to the occasion because, like, he's used to being on stage, and if they pass a microphone and he has to, like, talk crap on the other competitors, I don't feel your average mullet competitor is ready for the magic that's going to come out of his mouth. Like, he knows how to shoot a promo. Unless they're, like, a pro wrestler or something or a comedian, they're not going to be able to hang. Like, it's just going to be like, I got a mullet.
He's a master shit talker.
Yeah, he's been doing this a long time, so I fully feel that if there were any deficiencies in his mullet specimen, that they could be overcome through crafty shit talking, basically.
Absolutely, declarations from the stage, those kind of things.
Yeah.
He did declare all the other contestants jabronis, right off the bat.
Yeah, what can you say? Once I mean that's like the mic drop. That was one time I battle rapped a Juggalo after a show. And after I spit my verse, I just dropped the mic and walked out.
Yeah,
I didn't even give him a chance to respond, and he was very upset. Like, apparently that's high disrespect when you're battle rapping. I don't know that. I don't know how to battle rap. But
I don't know, man. I watched the end of 8 Mile, and did he throw the mic at the other guy at the end? I mean, that's pretty disrespectful.
That seems like that would be
a hard diss.
I mean, I learned a lot about I learned everything I know about battle rapping from watching 8 Mile.
Well, the thing I learned about it is that you have to barf on the front of your shirt first, and then you go up and spit fire.
It's mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti. I don't know, man. Rap's a hard game. I don't know if I can hang.
I saw Diddy Wop. That's a rapper. he got arrested for threatening to kill people with his gun on FaceTime. I was really confused. I was like, I don't think that's the way that works. Like, I don't think that you can, like, I mean, if you can shoot people through FaceTime, like that's some, but so maybe Diddy, I don't know.
That shit's coming in the future, though. Zuckerberg is working on that.
But maybe Diddy Wop already has the power, and that's what the government recognizes.
Diddy Wop, he might be from the future, dude. Yeah, that's what we don't know.
He could be like Time Cop or like Universal Soldier. Wasn't that Van Damme? That's some
so
do you know what I'm obsessed with right now? But not to change the subject, I'm obsessed with Steven Seagal.
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
Since I've had COVID, I just watched like interviews with him and then his association with the UFC, and like apparently, like everything, he's full of shit on everything. Like it's fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
And then it cuts to him playing his blues, like his blues music, where he's like, "Minudu wadu minudu one punani," and he does like it was down to him like showing like the UFC fighter. Like John Jones barred him from his locker room at a UFC fight. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, like I guess like his coach like, hey, Steven Seagal wants to. Jones like, no. He's like, I do not have time for this.
I'm pretty sure that guy sleeps in that duster. I don't think the duster ever comes off of him.
And now he's got the yellow glasses. And,
oh yeah.
It's pretty amazing. I just been on like this kick and I was like, oh wow, like this guy.
I was a fan back in the day, dude. Above the Law.
Yeah,
I'd go to the video store. We rented that every other week. I had to watch it again.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, and he got Judo Gene, one of the like a legitimate one of the first mixed martial artists. Was a judo practitioner, great stunt man. Apparently, like Steven Seagal choked him. Gene choked Steven Seagal out. Like, it was pretty funny because like Steven Seagal was showing him like. Telling him like I have this move in the Sixth Sense, and like Gene's like, yeah, it goes like this, boom, and just like. But yeah, I guess like he kind of believes that like I guess if you whoop enough ass in a movie, like all of a sudden you're magical or something.
Oh, he definitely believes the hype.
Yeah. I mean, now Van Damme did win the Kumite. That's totally different. Totally different subject.
Yeah, well, Van Damme, he's a whole different dude.
Yeah,
Grant is contributing to youth delinquency at drum camp currently.
Yeah, I don't think it's just youth. I think it's like adults and stuff there.
Really? Oh,
yeah. I thought it's like a whole because most of their people are adults. I thought
adult drum camp. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he was teaching kids how to grow a proper mustache. Like push that thing out.
I think it's for adults, and I'm just pissed. I keep asking for my seminar because I feel that I could teach them so many things like about drums.
What'd you say? You said earlier today. I will teach them what not to do.
Yeah, yes, we're going to start like this. Do not break down your kit on stage.
No.
Yeah. Step one.
Don't shine your cymbals as you're taking them off. That's for later. Yeah.
There's so many drummer things that I mean, I guess there's a lot of it for like all musical stuff, but we've seen it all. Like just going to different towns and you're just like, wow.
Oh, the shit that people don't know. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like, are you shitting me? But anyway, yeah, I feel I could do a class on that, but nobody would listen anyway because
you know what? Actually, dude, we'll put that list together. Maybe for next podcast, we'll have a list of do's and don'ts.
Oh,
just ridiculous do's and don'ts about what to do when you play on stage.
Yeah.
All right.
There's so many of them. Like there's a lot of bands that that don't know this. Like if you open for us. I always watch to see what you guys do after you play. Like, doesn't matter if it's a full room or a half room. I'm watching you. And if you didn't bring a lot of people, look, it happens sometimes. But, like, if you just pack up and go home and then, like, hit me up on Facebook the next day, which they always do, and they're just like, hey, man, we want to come open for you again. I was like, you didn't even stay to the end nor bring anybody. So what value did you bring to the show? Like, do you think that I was so spellbound with the magic that took place on stage that it's just crazy. Like, and then I tell them that they're, oh, you're a dick. And I'm like, well, I'm just being honest. Like if you're not, there for the, if you can't stay for, a few hours, then just don't play.
That is such a Nashville thing. Like, it depends. Like we used to run and play in like the stoner bands, and I'm sure it was the same with the punk bands and stuff. Everybody was there for the duration, unless there was a real reason you had to get the fuck out.
Right. And then somebody from your band's there, like someone from the organization. It's like maybe one person goes, or like two people.
But for the most part, you didn't move any of your shit.
No,
everybody stayed, for the show and all that stuff. Here in Nashville, the second that the last note drops, everybody grabs their shit and they open up the loading door and get the fuck out. Like they're gone before you even start.
Well, it's because everybody, LA was like that too. And it's just because everybody's like out for themselves. And And, fortunately we got to the point where, now like, there's, a lot, if we're headlining, there's, people opening for us and that's the control that I have. I can just be like, yep, I make a mental note. And then when you're like, hey bro, can I do this? Be like, no, I'm going to bring people that actually have fun playing music. And and want to at least like listen to it, and learn, because that's how I learned everything. Watching people that when they would come through town, and you just learn, or like see something they do, or like there's a reason that they're there and you're not at that moment, like, and that's a thing that people forget. They don't. They want to be like, oh, you're, like they think they're really good, and they may be, but like, there are things that the people are doing that you're not, and that's why they're there at that time. And you should evaluate that always.
The other thing is the bands, and it's always younger bands, and I've seen this for I don't know how many years, but they'll finish up, and whether they sucked or they were good, it really doesn't matter. But they jump off the stage and they go and talk to their people, like. And literally don't touch any of their equipment. You have to round them up and go, no. No, get your shit.
I was doing that one time where we were trying to get the stage off and get on. Somebody still had their guitar rig there, and I asked like 3 times. Well, I asked 2 times, and the third time I said, if I have to ask again, I'm just picking up your amp and throwing it back into the audience. And they just are like, kind of like, they're like looking at me because they're like, yeah, this guy's crazy. They're like, what's your problem, bro? Like the problem is your amp's in the way.
Yeah.
We can solve this many ways.
Yeah.
So let's, I could imagine us pulling that shit at a festival. That would be the last time, you were. Like at a festival.
It would be fun to launch shit off of a festival stage.
Oh, yeah, that would be, that would be, I've seen lawsuits.
You could create maximum destruction for sure.
Then they get their attorney to audit you, and they're like, "Oh, these guys don't have any money. This is
right. This is a lost cause. We'll just move
lost
on.
Cause. Yeah. So don't do that. If you play music and you find yourself in a position where you're opening for somebody, it's a cool opportunity, and don't be a jabroni.
Yes. Yeah. Try to avoid jabroniism. Oh, that's the other thing. I think it was your buddy Pat. Said that we also have to do a segment about how not to be, or how to spot jabronis. That's what he was looking for.
Spotting jabroni. Yeah, we should do that too.
Jabroni. Yeah, I wrote that down for next week, so we'll get into all that stuff.
Yeah, we can help with that.
So your good friend and mine, Vince Neil, apparently, I don't know if he's trying to transition into country. I don't know what's going on, but he played the Grand Ole Opry, which...
Wow.
And he played it with the house band. I don't know if you went and looked at any of the video of it. The weirdest thing about it is it's Vince Neil, but he's just up there in like a plain black T-shirt and like not Vince Neil'd out at all. He just looked like he was just eating barbecue at Edelman's and then he went on stage. I didn't get it.
Wolf, lonely, stay. He gets like every other one. Like, yeah. And I'm a Vince Neil fan. You know what pissed me off though about this is my rant about the Grand Ole Opry and that is that these guys still make money off Hank Williams, and they have never reinstated Hank Williams to the Grand Ole Opry. Like, isn't that overdue? If you're gonna have Vince Neil come on stage at the Grand Ole Opry, but you won't reinstate Hank Williams, like that just rubs me the wrong way. And that's no offense on Vince Neil. It's just like how does that go over at a board meeting there? Like how does that hey?
And it's Hank Williams.
It's Hank Williams.
The foundation of the city is built on Hank Williams. It's
and okay, what are they going to do? They're going to blame Hank. I don't know. Oh, he was drunk. He did this. Vince Neil killed somebody.
Yeah,
right?
And Johnny Cash has a museum right downtown.
Yeah. It's like Vince killed someone in a car. Like I was like, so if you're going by it's just I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like I tagged Hank 3 in it, when I was ranting about it online because he always has the big push to reinstate. Hank Williams to the Grand Ole Opry, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like, yes, that is, I don't understand this at all, but I don't know.
Dude,
whatever.
Have you ever listened to that Cocaine and Rhinestones podcast?
Oh yeah, that's Tyler Macon Co, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I interact with him on Twitter sometimes. He's great. I saw first time I met him, he was playing with his dad. And he was one of the two. His dad had him as playing guitar. His dad played guitar, and then they had a multi instrumentalist, as many Nashville people do. Like they had one guy in the back that could just do anything.
Yeah, what do they call those guys? Utility guys.
Yeah. There was just some like wizard in the back. Like he looked like the guy that fell off the bar stool, but he was just like, you want me to do pedal steel? Yeah, I got that. You want me to chicken pick? I got that.
Dude, those guys always look like that too. Like I saw. I can't remember who I was there to see, but this band opened up, and it was a kind of a country cowpoke kind of band thing. But they had this pedal steel player, and he looked like the same guy I saw at the parks, at the bus stop that's homeless. It was the same guy. Like, literally, like, his toes are poking out of his shoes, and he's just slaying it on pedal steel.
Yeah, that's what that guy reminded me of. But now I know he hasn't, from what I understand and, following him on social media, we're not, like, friends or anything. I mean, like he's had some falling out with his dad over. That's why he doesn't tour with his dad anymore.
Oh,
But, I don't know. I mean, that has to be a. But he posts some funny pictures. Like one time he posted a picture of him, his dad, like his dad's wife, and then they had it was like a cougar or something, and he just wrote above it. He's like, "This is what happens when rednecks get money." And he was like, a week later, I was attacked by the cougar, and he's like a child, like.
Dude, that was like prototypical Tiger King shit there. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, yeah, that's amazing. That's what. Yeah.
So the Offspring, and here's the thing: I'm not going to fault these guys because it's hard to get publicity. And, the Offspring was big in the 90s, and now they're out there and they're trying to tour and get people. But apparently, they're setting fucking cars on fire.
Really?
Well, I don't know if it happened exactly like that. Apparently, they were in, they're in Canada. So, it's even harder to get attention in Canada. Anyhow,
yeah.
I guess they're cruising around, and they're not exactly tour busing it, or their crew wasn't. They were just riding around in some SUV, and somebody's trailer hitch fell off, bounced off the road, hit the bottom of this SUV, and it burst into flames. And the dudes were lucky to get out within seconds. They lost all their shit. Just absolutely crazy.
Those guys were nice. When I lived in Huntington Beach, you would see. I think it was Dexter is you'd see them surfing and stuff. Which was which is the great. It's like one of those things. It's and it doesn't matter who's who. It's just like a great equalizer. Like you can tell that I don't belong there, and I'm from the inland. Because I'm terrified of sea creatures, and these people have been doing it since they could walk. But it was. But you'd be like, hey, isn't that the guy from the Offspring? And those guys wrote great songs. They still probably write great songs.
They had a string. I mean, for a minute there in the '90s, that's all you heard. It was Offspring. Just constantly.
Yeah, and it was kind of different than a lot of the other punk influence, that second wave of punk that came out. That they weren't singing and I got stuff in my locker.
Why are
in my locker?
We were just talking about that Catatonic Youths video.
It's oh God, it's like when I hear that Blink-182 voice, man. It's just it made me mad when I was a kid playing in street punk bands.
Yeah,
it makes me angry. Slayer doesn't make me angry. That whiny stuff does. And it's and it's just even worse when you get older. It was okay, I guess it was kind of funny when you were young, and then you get older, and then you're still singing like that, and you don't sing like that.
No.
Your voice doesn't do that. You're doing this on purpose.
And the thing, even Blink, I wouldn't go out of my way to listen to Blink-182, but at least the song had kind of a sense of humor.
Yeah, that was their thing. Yeah, I got you.
But a lot of that stuff was just such whiny, complainy punk with that high voice, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah, well, then you got to think it's you can't. It's like any band that was a genre-defined band. Then you have a million clones of it,
right?
So and then it keeps getting worse. So you take somebody like Blink, who I wasn't a big fan of to begin with, and then you then you clone that 10 times. It's I was oh wow, this is
and
it's for me.
It's like making copies on tape to tape. It just gets worse every time you clone it.
Until it's just, the ball cap sideways and it was funny because I was I don't usually say I don't like a band, and one time I was what's the chances we'll ever play with Blink-182? And then there was a festival we had just played, they ended up being the headliner. I was oh, that's why I don't say things like that. But
right.
Go. So but anyway, I guess we could have beef with Blink-182.
Yeah, we can't, because they started that fake rumor about Tom DeLonge being back in the band and then he's not, or something like that. So.
Oh yeah. I wonder if he's into the aliens. I saw him on Joe Rogan talking about aliens, and it was.
I think he's got a podcast or something.
Yeah, it wasn't it was a little sad after a while. I was this guy doesn't sound well. You know, like, and you know, like, I don't, you know, that's not cool. You know, I don't wish anything
Right,
like
right.
that on anybody. But he did not sound well. You know, like it was like, okay, dude. You know, I'm not saying there's not aliens, but I don't believe that he's part of a CIA, FBI opera. They were like, you know who we need? Blink 182 to come in here and work with the CIA about aliens. You know, it's like, okay.
Well, it could have been a secret weapon to ward off the aliens if they just blasted Blink 182 songs.
Oh, God.
You know.
Well, the aliens are going to invade and try to take us over if they think that's what we all listen to. Because they're going to be like, "Oh, these guys are pansies. We're taking them over." They're like, these guys are still getting shoved in their lockers, and they're like 50. You know, yeah.
So I have a candidate for the worst headline of the week. Like, we don't even have to read the story. This is just the worst headline that I read, and I don't know why my internet's complaining. All right, here it is. This is the worst headline of the week. It's off of Ultimate Classic Rock. Watch Billy Corgan join Porno for Pyros to cover Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow. That's
No.
I wouldn't that's something I wouldn't be calling for, you know.
No. No, that's the kind of headline you read and no one clicks on that. No one wants to watch Billy Corgan and Porno for Pyros play When the Levee Breaks.
Yeah, wow. That's
and I like Porno for Pyros.
Yeah, yeah. They do some cool stuff, and I've seen them guys in other side projects do. Like, I saw some of the guys. I think Perkins is a drummer, right? I saw him with Mike Watt, and they did like a jazz improv tribute to the Stooges.
Oh, wow.
Like, they killed it. Like, it was like you're watching just him and Mike Watt just go off. It's three people, and they're like, it was great. You know, I was just like, oh, wow, this is really cool. You know, and it was a very music nerd event. Like, you know, there wasn't a lot of people like outside. Like, there wasn't like, I mean, the room was full, but this is something that, you know, you had to really kind of, first you had to know who those guys were. You have to understand Iggy and the Stooges, and then you have to want to see them improv on that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it was really cool, though. I was glad I watched it.
I do like seeing that kind of shit, you know, that really outside stuff.
Yeah, they only had a singer come up and do, the singer only sang, I Want to Be Your Dog and Search and Destroy, obviously,
right.
You know. I was like, oh, let me go. I want to sing it. I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
Right here.
Yeah, I want to do it. I'm right here. You don't know me. I want to do it. I am the least famous musician here, but I want to play it. I want to sing that.
So in things that kind of make sense, Machine Gun Kelly, apparently Machine Gun Kelly. I don't remember what city he was in. I don't care enough to look it up. Oh, Omaha. He was in Omaha. And someone spray painted the side of a bus in his entourage. It turned out it wasn't his, but spray painted just like a giant gold penis, like the length of the bus, like a big dick tag. So, you know.
He was triggered. That would be like that's funny.
I just think, you know, if there's people that deserve a big dick on the side of their bus. I'm not going to say it's him, but maybe it is.
Yeah, maybe. You know, where was Slipknot when this happened? was the man wearing a mask?
Exactly, right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah,
and then
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that.
So something that happens to us all the time. I mean, you know, probably, I don't know, every other week or something like that, we often get mistaken for Motley Crue. And I understand why, because, I mean, we kind of do look a lot like Motley Crue. Wow, but apparently on Amazon Prime, and I don't remember what other service.
Yeah, I did see this. This is amazing.
they used a picture of Steel Panther for a Motley Crue movie. I don't know. It wasn't The Dirt. It was some other biopic. But yeah, they put Steel Panther up there, and it just says Motley Crue.
that had to make like Steel Panther's day. Like, you know, like that they live for that. Like, that's so funny.
I think it was Michael Starr that actually called it out, like put it on Instagram or something like that. Like, he caught it immediately.
I think if I could be any era Motley Crue, I would like to dress like it. I definitely would go with the Shot at the Devil, where I had like the eye black, like I was.
Oh yeah,
you know, like you might be playing football, or I think
football or glam
or glam. Yeah, football, glam. But then Black Veil Brides did that, didn't they? Those guys.
I think so.
I think they kind of had that. Like the first time I saw them, I was like, "Holy shit, this is like Shout at the Devil Motley Crue," and they obviously don't sound anything like that. And a lot of people like them. They've always been very nice to us. But I thought, like when I saw their image the first time, that was the first thing I thought of.
The thing I thought too when I saw them for Shout at the Devil is that they clearly bought all of that shit at the same store. Like all that stuff is like the same brand, same
there was
shit.
the store on Sunset Boulevard, or like in the alley on Sunset. It depends how much money they had yet.
Right.
It's like they still have stores like that.
We had back home in Youngstown, right around '86 or something like that. Somebody from L.A. came. I think they had moved, to L.A. from Youngstown, and they came back. And they opened up a store, and they brought in like all the Kill City shit and all the LA stuff. So we had a store called Wild Styles. Well, what was funny is like, what all the bands used to wear prior to Wild Styles, and then they came in, and then we all looked like we were in LA because we all. I had the Kill City jeans with the daggers on them and the skull belt and all the shit that you expect,
That's amazing. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, it's funny because they even switched. Like when I was in LA, all the guys that were part of that era then all had like the new rocker look, which was like a new version of that. So they all looked like that. So they still, I think the stores just kept evolving, and they just kept buying stuff from like the same store.
Oh yeah,
and they would just, that shit. There's some. But again, it's like I like it whenever we get haters on the video. They're like, "Dude, that singer's wearing a hat from Dollar General." It's like, yeah. It's like, yes, I did buy that hat from Dollar General.
There's no shame in that game.
No, man.
Doesn't have to be fancy.
Dollar General has all the high fashions. I could shop at Dollar General, Walmart, and the truck stop and probably get 90%.
I keep trying to talk to guys at Murder Mart into carrying some apparel because I'll wear just their stuff, like whatever they come up with.
That's how we were with Circus Liquor whenever we had a practice space. You've seen Circus Liquor?
I've seen it, but I've never been to it.
It's in all the movie stuff. Well, it was literally the closest place when we had a practice space in North Hollywood. That was where we went to get beer. It was the closest place. So we were always at Circus Liquor, and they knew us. They were, every time they would, those guys always invested back in the business too. Every time it was in a movie or a commercial, they would put something cool new in Circus Liquor. They always had hats and stuff. We were always like wearing hats. Like we're gonna wear this on tour, and they're like, oh yeah, take it. And they were always like super cool about it because that's where we would go buy beer. You could buy beer and booze, and at rehearsal that was you always took a break. Like, let's walk down to Circus Liquor, and then it was a trip. Like then you're like, this is where Cher and Clueless got assaulted in the parking lot. So Circus Liquor, respect. I love those guys.
Absolutely,
they're super nice people. And then when we had it in the White Trash video,
that's right. You guys did the. Kind of the how'd you guys shoot that? Because I know you weren't allowed to shoot it, so trying to figure out how to do it.
We pulled the RV into the parking lot and had a camera set up on the other side of the road with a zoom lens. And we just went in and bought. We really bought stuff. That's what we did, because and they already knew us, so we went in and bought stuff and then took a picture of us leaving Circus Liquor, and that was kind of our pirate way. Because we certainly did not have the budget, or we didn't have it. And like in LA, you're supposed to get shooting permits, and so I don't fucking shoot.
That's the funny thing about that video is it looks like you guys are driving through the desert. And then Bean Dip starts beating on you and pointing at the window. There's nothing there, and all of a sudden you're at Circus Liquor.
Yeah, we're at Circus Liquor. Which, you know what there isn't in LA? A lot of open space like that. So there was like 3 locations that were not anywhere near each other. It's movie magic.
Who needs continuity? It's rock and roll, damn it.
Yeah, it's like we need Circus Liquor in it, and it was kind of legit because that's where we'd go to get, beer and stuff at the time. That was where we spent all our time. We had a warehouse there. We shared it with Kluber's bands, Huntress at one point, and there was a couple bands, and then like some different people would like rent it out from like time to time, so we were kind of like the. We kind of subletted it to a lot of different, so it was kind of cool. It was always neat. You're, always around like different bands and stuff. And it was always, we just always took bands that were like doing stuff, because if they were bands that weren't doing stuff, they would always be there, So you had people that were like busy, like, hey, Hunter's on tour, Kluber's on tour, you guys are on tour. That way, you weren't always like tripping over each other and stuff, and.
Dude, those places, there's always just one shitter, and it's always just a shitter of doom by like the end of the week. Yeah, nobody cleans it. It's just horrifying.
Yeah, it was bad. And we were bad because since we were like the heads of it, you know, we were like probably the dirtiest of the bunch, and nobody could complain because we were the people. We were like, we were like the key holders. You know, we're just like, oh, sorry about your luck there, dude. You know, it's
dude. Ours got to the point. We had two things going on. One, it was one of those upstairs bowling alleys, like the kind of shit that we have around where Youngstown, where you live. I don't know why anybody ever had a bowling alley upstairs. That sounds like a terrible idea, but they did. So that's what this place was called, Upstairs Broadway. It was the same thing. So it was an old bowling alley, and they converted it to what I think the guy thought was going to be storage rooms. But once the bands got a hold of it, they were like, "Oh no, this is band practice or whatever." But they're down at the end of the hallway. Like there's no lighting, there's no windows, no nothing. There's just the shitter, and it was godforsaken. It got to the point where you just couldn't even go in there anymore. Just shut the door and pretend it's not there.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, I'm with you. That's the only bad thing. We also had like these giant cockroaches in LA in there, and like black widow spiders. Like, so.
Oh, Jesus!
Like, yeah, it was like a post-apocalyptic.
Yeah,
we lent it to Anaflag once. They were out there doing pre-production. They're like, "Can we use your rehearsal space?" I'm like, "You can, but I'm going to give you fair warning." Like, and I used to sleep there sometimes.
Oh yeah,
like and I think about like and I would like put a light on the other side of the room, so that would be what the cockroaches and black widows would go towards. So
throw a bean burrito in one corner and stick a light in the other corner. And
go now. I will sleep over here, in the disgusting couch, and
it's amazing the shit you figure out,
yeah, right. Like that's like who thinks of that? And it was like because it's like the necessity's the mother of invention. There, it's hey kids, rock and roll's real glamorous, and we had people wanting in this space, like people like, oh yeah, man, we want to be a part of that.
I know,
lining up for. Yeah, that was a good one. With the other one we had was briefly was a downtown rehearsal, and that was like just an old warehouse that just they rented out the rooms.
Oh yeah.
And and the landlord was Chris Poland from Megadeth, like, and he would like it was hilarious. Like he'd be like stuffing the snack machines. I'm like like I'm like waiting to buy like Mountain Dew, and Chris Poland's. And I'm like, this is like fucking Peace Sells, but he was awesome, like this the guy that I'd given like, your rent to. Like, so I'd always want to take the rent to him and ask him like a Megadeth story, and he would say, and he'd just bullshit with you about it. And it was like Buzz from the Melvins was down the hall, like so the fucking you go there on Saturday afternoon and just sit in the hallway and listen to like the Melvins practice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like it was a pretty sweet place, and then you'd hear like then there of course there'd be like the pretentious like hipster like which I just learned a thing. What do we call it? Post rock.
Oh yeah, we just found out about post rock.
Post rock, yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't know a name for that. I just thought it was like shitty music that came from down the hall. But
I don't know. It's like there's 1,000 genres of metal. I mean, and I can't tell the difference. Between one to the other, it all sounds like the same shit to me. So I can't figure it out. There's post rock. There's shoegaze. There's I don't know.
Yeah, I just know that I am not part of that world, and I'm okay with that, and that's all right, like I'm sure there's a room for it, but it was cool because like when you talk to different musicians, like you tend to have a lot more in common than you think. But your fans don't.
Yeah.
That's where like it's like no, like there's a lot like we'd all be like, wouldn't it be cool if we all did a show together? Yeah, nobody'd want to see.
Yeah, so you can hang out with a black metal band and everybody knows it's the same shit, but their fans will absolutely tear each other to pieces.
Oh yeah, they do not. That would not be a good thing.
All right, so I got a new section here. So, I mean, I think we all agree within the band, and I think most of our fans agree, that jabroni is the greatest insult that you can possibly hurl at someone.
Absolutely.
It's very descriptive. Everybody knows what it means when you say jabroni. But I did find a insult generator, so I thought I'd give it 3 chances to beat jabroni. So we'll give it a shot here. Let me generate an insult.
An insult.
Let's see what we get.
I'd like to just be like somebody's yelling at you and you just put on the insult. Hang on, bro. And then you get the insult and you're like, okay, here. Now I've got your ass.
All right. Here's the first one. Jabroni or tone deaf nut dragon.
Tone deaf nut dragger.
I do want to use that on somebody, but Jabroni wins. I guess over
Yeah,
that.
Jabroni wins. It's a synonym. If you're calling somebody a brony, you just know they're a tone deaf.
This one's not bad. Slimy dick knob.
I like that too.
It's not bad. I'd give that. Right. We'll give it one more chance.
That's pretty good.
Smelly crotch canoe.
You smelly crotch canoe. I think that would just, if you just said that, I think everybody would just, all tension would stop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Good one. It would definitely.
Every now and again, when we get haters, like there'll just be one that just, that was good. Like you just got to step back. They're few and far between.
Right, right.
It's just like, you suck.
You can't kind of, you can't kind of win them over with a good insult.
Yeah. He's like, you suck. Pet terror ripoff. Suck.
Suck.
Yeah.
All right, I got one last thing for you. This is the Would You Rather for the week.
Oh, okay.
And this one's specifically tailored to Adam Joad.
Grant was really mad that I didn't answer the one that I didn't understand. He was really mad about
Yeah, he's very offended. I don't know if there was a good answer.
There isn't. I don't even know how to respond to that one. But okay, anyway.
All right. So this is tailored directly to Joad. Would you rather only eat at Sheetz for the rest of your life or eat anywhere you want but always get the shits?
Ooh, I would just eat at Sheetz. That's an answer. Because Sheetz has me covered. Man.
You can never leave Pennsylvania though. Like,
oh, I didn't even think of that. Like, yeah, maybe that could get. Yeah, that's right. Because it's not Wawa.
Now, there's a possibility. What you could do is just order like a tour's worth of Sheetz and throw it in a cooler, and that way you just travel around the country.
Yeah, I could do that, which would probably give me the shits too.
Well, I thought that it was kind of a double-edged sword. So
yeah, but I mean, but if like when I go to Sheetz, like I can have pizza, I can have hamburgers, I can have subs. I can have Mex-American food
made to order,
hot dogs. Yeah, there's just so many things, and I might be able to run into the Lieutenant Governor Slingblade.
I was going to say, if Slingblade makes it up to the Senate, man, that Sheetz could go across the country. I think he can create the expansion.
Yeah, we're I don't know. The world, man, is a weird place right now.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Governor Slingblade.
Lieutenant Governor Slingblade.
Well, shit.
I reckon. There's this account I follow on Instagram, and they have a little dog, and they always it's a Brussels Griffin, which just looks like a pug, basically, like a little, and basically they only like narrate his shit with stuffed sling blade sleds. Like I can watch it all day. Like it's called Chico and his Banditos, and like it'll just be like this little.
Dude, I know. I saw that shit. I just saw it the other day, and I was laughing my ass off.
I reckon I'm gonna kill you with it. Yeah, like
you said I wasn't real smart at school.
I learned to read a little. Got some French fried taters. Yeah, I can't get enough of that. Like, that was one. We talked about Jake being mad at us for watching Gummo.
Oh yeah,
to fuck off. Well, we did have him watch Sling Blade one time, and he was like, "Okay, that redeemed." But I tell you, with Sling Blade, the fucking Dwight Yoakam plays such a douchebag.
Oh yeah,
like he's the best. Like I was like, he killed that role. Like I mean, you could pick like the worst slimy.
What else was he into? He likes to play that character. Like kind of
he's so good at
rich douche. Yeah.
It's out there.
Dwight Yoakam is a fantastic douche.
He's great. This is, and then you're like, this is the guitars and cattle. Yeah, I'm a big fan. All around.
He's a smelly crotch canoe, is what he is. Good on you, Dwight.
Yeah, he just plays it so well. Like you got to give. It's like playing the heel. A lot of respect.
Oh yeah,
to people
100%.
that can do that.
I do like some Dwight Yoakam, man. He's badass.
Oh, so good. That whole Bakersfield kind of sound.
Yeah.
Like that. That's some country right there. Just like that.
Well, shit. I think we did it again, man.
Yeah.
Episode 3 in the can. Make sure you guys click on the subscribe button. Click on the likes. Go listen to our shit. All that stuff. Buy some hats if there's any hats left. Joe's got one on right now.
I think there's only one left for sale. Like, because you guys have yours still.
Y'all better get to clicking.
Yeah, because these were prototypes, and we didn't end up using the vendor, so there was only a few, and they sold really fast. Like we kind of figured that's why we kind of did like a soft sale on them. But so I would get one. It's actually one of my favorite hats. And
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
Bummed out. We they did a good job with them. So yeah, get some.
Sweet.
Or get the one that's left.
Hopefully we're gonna see y'all out on the road in October.
It's planned.
And then in December we'll get you some dates. It should be sometime soon. We just gotta shake down some venues and try to get some things going.
Booking not fun.
No, not a good time. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Jabroni Slayers.